Okay, what's up guys? Today I will be practicing with Kennedy. There was two important parts of my English learning process. The first part was learn English with TV shows. And the second part was learn English with YouTubers. Now, during COVID in 2020, during the pandemic, I used to spend my days, every single day, practicing with YouTubers. These YouTubers were Casey Neistat. These YouTubers were Peter McKinnon, Nadia Lynn, and Kennedy Walsh. Like, Kennedy Walsh is one of my comfort YouTuber. I like her channel. I like her YouTube videos. It's comforting for me. If you watch my videos, you know that I made one video where I practiced the entire day with Kennedy, and this is the another day of my life where I practice with Kennedy. These are the scripts. These are half of the scripts of the YouTube videos of Kennedy. Like, guys, in those scripts there are Kennedy's videos. Now today, while I'm practicing with Kennedy, I will also show you guys the network that I'm building. What is network? Sure, network is basically the vocabulary that I built in order to speak English fluently. So most of the time I show you guys how I remember words. For instance, Kennedy says awful, and I directly tell you guys, hey, you know what, awful, I remember this word from this scene, from this episode of Friends.
Wearing contacts, it's awful.
Awful play, man.
The network is basically a way of learning and remembering every single thing that you do in your life. For instance, there are thousands of words that I remember from different scenes of Friends, House of Cards, The Crown, TV shows, talk shows, YouTubers. Like, when someone tells me like one single word, like awful, horrible,
Like, that feels horrible.
Please don't do that again. It's a horrible sound.
the first thing I will do is I will watch Kennedy's video while I'm having my breakfast, and then I will start to practice with Kennedy's video. I will start to practice with Kennedy's videos, okay?
Those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings, because wearing contacts, it's awful.
Those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings.
Like, that feels horrible.
That feels horrible.
I had a very fun weekend. Some might say a little too fun.
I had a very fun weekend. Some might say a little too fun. Today is Monday, it's the start of a new week. Those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings. Guys, 20/20 vision, I mean, I've been wearing glasses for the past like 23 years, and this is the first time that I learned the meaning of 20/20 vision. I don't know if you know what 20/20 vision means. If you have a healthy eyesight, if your eyes are healthy, if you don't need to wear glasses or eye contacts, that means you have a 20/20 vision. Those of you who don't wear glasses or eye contacts have 20/20 vision.
Those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings, because wearing contacts, it's awful.
I didn't know the meaning of count your blessings. This was the first time that I learned the meaning of count your blessings from Kennedy. And count your blessings, the meaning of this expression, this is an idiom, guys, and it means that you need to be grateful for the things that you have in your life. You need to focus on the positive aspects of your life. You need to appreciate the good things that you have in your life. When Kennedy says, those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings, because wearing contact is awful. That means those of you who have healthy eyes, be grateful for that. Count your blessings, because there are people like us who wear glasses, who wear eye contacts, and it's not fun, okay? Wearing contacts is not fun. It's irritating.
Sometimes the idea of going out into the world and finding a therapist that you actually mesh well with is just very overwhelming.
Sometimes the idea of going out into the world and finding a therapist that you actually mesh well with is just overwhelming. Mesh well. For the first time I heard Kennedy saying this mesh well, this expression, I thought she was saying match well, you know? But then when I checked the script, when I started practicing with the script, I realized that she doesn't say match well. She says mesh well. So what is the meaning of mesh well? mesh well with someone, if you connect with someone, if you understand each other very well, if you harmonize, and if you get along with someone, if you like this person, if you understand each other, that means you actually mesh well with this person. That might be your therapist, that might be your friend, that might be your teacher, that might be your boss.
All right, I have an admittedly insane idea, but if I don't ask you this, it's just, it's gonna haunt me the rest of my life.
What?
I want to keep talking to you. I have no idea what your situation is, but I feel like we have some kind of connection, right?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, while I'm practicing with Kennedy also, I want to point out something that is very important. Whenever you ask this question, thank you for giving detailed information about your study methods. I have 3 questions like, how do you remember the dialogue lines? How many times are you practicing it? And are you mug up the lines? I never memorize lines. I never try to memorize lines. The whole point of this practice is avoiding memorization. The reason why I remember many of the lines or many of the words is because I remember the situation, not the lines. For instance,
I'm gonna take a whole fat chunk of this.
I am in the kitchen. When Kennedy says, we're gonna take a whole fat chunk of this, I remember this expression, this word, from another videos of Kennedy where she says, why is it so chunky or something like that.
Then we take some almond milk, pour it in. Why is it all chunky?
And I don't even remember the literal definition of this word, like dictionary definition of this word. I just know what it means, chunk. Because I remember this word, Kennedy was using this word when she was pouring this milk, okay? She was pouring this milk. And this is the scene where I remember she says, why is it so chunky? So this is how I kind of like connect every single words, because I remember the situations, not the words. Now I'm gonna make myself a cup of Turkish coffee.
I'm going to make some hot chocolate.
I'm kind of like addicted to Turkish coffee because I realized that as of right now that I've been drinking Turkish coffee for the past 4 years without an exception every single day. Okay, we're gonna pour just some water into that, and that's it. So that directly reminds me of the scene where Kennedy says, oh, why is it so chunky?
Then we take some almond milk, pour it in. Why is it all chunky?
For stir. For instance, this word stir, I remember it from Kennedy, and I remember the situation. So that helps me to remember every single word or vocabulary, okay?
Stir, stir, stir.
There is no such a thing as memorizing the lines or words for me. You put yourself in character situation. First of all, you turn off your computer, turn off your phone, and when you get your scripts, you put yourself in character situation.
So why do they make sweaters
itchy? So basically, I like the YouTuber, I like the video. When I enjoy the video, obviously I have a higher chance to remember every single thing. But the most important thing is, you can just learn English by laying in your bed, reading the lines, or just watching the YouTube video in front of your computer on PC. You can learn English like that. In order to speak English fluently, you need to get your scripts and practice with the scripts. And that makes the difference. I want to talk about a few topics while I am having my coffee. For instance, when Kennedy says fill out, I remember this expression from French.
To get started, all you do is go and fill out a questionnaire that assesses your specific needs.
Listen, it's kind of an emergency. Well, I guess you'd know that or we'd be in the predicament room.
Hold on. Fill these out. Sit over there.
For instance, last day I was at the Italian consulate and I was getting my Italian passport and I needed to fill out they gave me a form. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, I was going to ask this question like, how do I fill out this form? And the minute I say this line, the scene from France came to my mind. And I'm so happy because I got my Italian passport. I'm like incredibly happy. I'm over the moon. I'm so happy. I've never been abroad. Like I was born in Turkey. I lived in Turkey. Normally I'm Italian. Like my family is kind of like very mixed. One line of my family from Warsaw and the other part of my family from Venice. So basically half Polish, half Italian, and the other side of my family, the other line of my family, is like Armenian. So it's so complicated. I didn't have a chance to leave Turkey ever. The reason why I never left Turkey is because I got my Italian passport, but we didn't know that we could get the Italian passport. The reason why, because it was from my mother's line. Like my mother's mother is Italian, not my mother's father. So we were always looking for a Polish passport. We were trying to find a way to get our Polish passport, but unfortunately we failed to find the birth certificate of my grandpa. So this is why we were failing to get our Polish passport, and we didn't know that actually we could get our Italian passport through my mom's line, you know. Yeah, so I got it at the age of 29. Honestly, to be honest, since my childhood, I was always dreaming of going to Europe. All my motivation right now is to go, you know, Europe and then maybe United States. I don't know, but I really want to move. I feel like there's only one part that is missing in my life, and it is starting a new life in a country where I can speak English and interact with people in English all the time. That is all I need right now, and I will work towards my goals right now. As of today, after getting my passport, my only goal is to support myself financially enough to go abroad and start a new life there.
Fuck me. This is the best hot chocolate I have personally ever had. It's Silly Cow Farms. I just kind of pour a bunch of it
in
until I feel satisfied.
Until I feel satisfied. For instance, I remember this satisfied, this word from France again. Well, I'm not satisfied.
It says to call this number if you're not completely satisfied with this candy bar. Well, I'm not completely satisfied.
Okay, I always get distracted and defeated when I'm doing shadowing or reading the scripts. It just feels like so boring and tiring, and like there is no ending at all. How to practice it for like a few hours straight? I have two answers to this comment. The first thing is, reading the script is a mistake. I never read the script. Reading the script is the worst possible mistake that you can ever do. You can ever make, okay? Don't make the mistake of reading the scripts. Always remember that, guys. This is not a reading practice. Our goal is to not read the scripts, okay? We don't read the scripts. So imagine yourself like you're an actor and you go on an audition and you need to improvise. You need to just perform there. You're not going to read the script there. You will act like an actor. And the other thing is, you get distracted and defeated when I'm doing shadowing or reading the script. It's just like so boring and tired. Okay, first of all, you need to choose a YouTuber or a TV show that you truly love. Always make sure that you love the movie that you're practicing with. You love the TV show that you're practicing with. You love the YouTuber that you practice with. That is the first thing. The other thing is, yes, it feels like an endless process. It feels like it will never end. Okay, you're like kind of like a tiny little drop in this ocean. This is why I found this method where you only work on like the 5 minutes of the video per day, or 7 minutes of the video per day. Always break the videos into like 4 different parts or 5 different parts. Of course, depends on the length of the video, but always break the videos into 4 or 5 different parts, okay? Guys, why I decided to leave alone moving vlog. This is the video. This is the exact video that I was practicing in 2020 during the pandemic. I was practicing with this video, okay? And also, I made one video where I show you guys how I practice with YouTube video. Why I decided to leave alone moving vlog. I started to work with those scripts, like I just focus on first 5 minutes or 7 minutes and just repeat those lines again and again, like, you know, welcome to my second ever moving vlog.
Welcome to my second ever moving vlog.
And while I do this practice, I create those scenes in my head one more time. So basically, I force my brain to create those scenes, and that's the most efficient way of improving speaking skill. Because welcome to my
second ever
moving vlog. When I even just saying that right now, Candace's face comes to my mind. You know, the way she speaks at this opening scene. Body and a half ago, my voice is cracked. Now you might ask, like, Arsen, how do you practice with YouTubers? There are a few important things when it comes to practicing with YouTubers. First of all, let's say you have 13 minutes long video. This video is 13 minutes long video. There are almost like 300 lines in this video. This video is 30-minute long video, right? So basically, today, in the first day, let's assume that today is Monday, okay? It's the first day. I will only work on the 6 minutes of this video. I will start from the very beginning.
Welcome to my second ever moving vlog. Yes, I am moving. About a year and a half ago, my voice just cracked.
Welcome to my second ever moving vlog. Yes, I'm moving. About a year and a half ago, my voice just cracked. I repeat the lines, I work on the lines, and I repeat the lines until I get to minute 6. When I get to minute 6, there is this line. Kennedy says,
I didn't realize that the headboard and the footboard of the bed frame ship separately and they haven't been delivered yet.
I didn't realize that the headboard and the footboard of the bed frame ship separately. I didn't realize that the headboard and the footboard of the bed ship separately. And they haven't been delivered yet. This is where I stop, okay? And then, again, one more time, I start practicing on the video. I get back to the beginning of the video, okay? I start all over again. Welcome to my second ever moving vlog. Yes, I'm moving. About a year and a half ago, my voice has cracked. I do this again and again for 50 minutes, and then I take a break, I go on my computer, I watch the video while I'm having my Turkish coffee, and I get back to practicing again with this video, and I do the same practice for another 50 minutes, but I only work on the first 6 minutes of the video for today, and tomorrow I will be working on the second part of the video. Every single day I do the same practice. I work on the video like 2 or 3 hours a day every single day. This is me trying to avoid getting a full-blown cold. Actually, not a cold. I just try to strengthen my immune system so that I don't get cold, I don't get the flu, and also I remember the word immune from House of Cards.
The nature of promises, Linda, is that they remain immune to changing circumstances.
The palace has been told that I have a cold. A cold? Jock, you have my permission to extend that to the flu.
I'm gonna chug some elderberry syrup. That's me trying to avoid getting a full-blown cold.
Speaking of practicing with YouTube videos, there is one more thing that is very important about practicing with YouTube videos, which I want to talk about. You know, when you get the script of YouTube videos, right? When you download the script of YouTube videos, there are those lines, right? And before I start practice with YouTube videos, I always separate the lines. What I mean by that is, I'm gonna separate the lines. In order to do that, in order to separate the lines correctly, I need to listen to Kennedy. What's temperature like today? Okay, I listen to the video, I listen to her lines, I listen to the way she speaks. What's temperature like today? The beginning of the line, the end of the line.
It is 48 degrees out right now.
It is 48 degrees out right now. Wow. Okay, beginning of the line, end of the line.
Nice chai latte in my hand.
I need a nice chai latte in my hand. Beginning of the line, end of the line. So the reason why I do that, because when I practice with the lines, it's so much easier for me to know where Kennedy starts the line, starts the sentence, and where she finishes the sentence. So when she does that, when I know how she speaks and where she starts the line and where she ends the line, it's so much easier for me to speak, because I know that what's temperature like today? That's the one line. It is 48 degrees out right now. Wow. It is 48 degrees out right now. Wow. I know the beginning of the line, I know the end of the line, okay? Recently I've been watching Oppenheimer again and again. Like, this is my maybe fourth time watching it. I really liked it, I really enjoyed it. So of course, since I want to say that since I'm watching Oppenheimer, that means I binge watch the interviews that, Cillian Murphy did, or talk shows where Cillian Murphy is the guest, or Emilia Blunt is the guest, or Christopher Nolan is the guest. You know what I mean? So anytime I take the train or I take a walk, I listen to the interviews of Cillian Murphy recently. They really deserve Oscar. I mean, Cillian Murphy deserves Oscar, Recently, I started practicing with, doing shadowing with Hasan Piker. And the reason is because Hasan is for those of you who don't know, Hasan is a streamer and he's the most known and famous streamer in America, United States. He covers various different topics, and I like that, honestly. Personally, I enjoy that. And also, actually, he's a native Turkish speaker. He's not a Native American speaker. And also, that's very motivating for me to see someone who moves to the United States at the age of 18 and got to that level, got to that point where he literally speaks like an American. He speaks really well. So I like that. So recently I decided that from time to time I can practice with Hasan, because when I am practicing with him, I also get more and more familiar with the pronunciation of different words that I don't usually use in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only concern that I have with Hasan is Hasan speaks really fast, and I am afraid that I will start to speak faster, and because this is a problem that I already struggle with, like speaking fast. And I speak fast unintentionally, like I can help myself. And Hasan also speaks fast. I don't know. I'm not sure if I will continue with him, but I want to do shadowing with Hasan at least for a few days.
Okay, my controversial opinion on the matter.
So my controversial opinion on the matter.
Are you guys ready for it?
Yeah. You guys ready for it?
Wearable tech will only get broad usage.
Wearable tech will only get broad usage
when it is a reasonable price point.
When it is a reasonable price point.
And also beyond that.
Is
not as bulky.
It is not as bulky.
That's it.
That's it.